So our juniors are about to make their way out onto the circuit, and the resumption of racing here in South Wales will be with us. Ollie Naylor will start on pole position. Joining him on the front row will be the 56 of Curtis Latimer. Harry Hurst-Grover and Bartek Filipiak are on the second row, with Tristan Powell and double race winner Jacob Dukes on row 3. Sam Stoner and Melissa Adrian will share row 4, with James Waring and Jaden Hewitt completing the top 10, with Max Shields and Tom Holden on row number 6. Completing our 13 runners, Nicholas Ellis in the number 7 cart. So thank you for joining us here then. Looks like we're in a position almost to go racing here. It's the final few runners. We were due to go at 1:30, and it is just about there. Is the clerk of the course down the bottom end. He's just down there. He just asks the cameraman if he's in the way, and then the cameraman just moves to have a look at him anyway. So down the bottom end, the bottom end of the track there, here at Llandow. That's the long run down the hanger straight, and you can't run away from the camera, unfortunately, Rory. In a few moments' time then, our first race of the afternoon. We've got 10 racers. The engines, you hear them shout in the background, the engines are all started, and the electric starters, and they make their way out then for their rolling up lap here at Llandow. Thank you very much for everybody that stuck with us. Just having a quick look at the live chat. Thank you to the update from Marilyn Tinkler, who's been on. Just saying best of luck to Josh Husker in the 55. Was going very well earlier, running in P5 until the throttle cable decided that it was going to snap, which is unfortunate. So they're cheering him on the live stream from Cumbria, and everybody else as well. Good luck as well to Sam Stoner in the 38. Just been given the bit of a good luck message from Tim Winters. Junior Rotax then making their way down the back straight. That's Ollie Naylor then on the right side in the blue cart in the 85, running a slightly different livery to what he did at the early part of the season, where he's running a greener livery similar to his green helmet. Out they go then into the tram lines, and the 56 of Latimer, and the green flag is held up in the air, so that's going to be a false start. The 56 of Latimer there clearly moving out of the tram line, running the side that he was on into the other side, so they were never going to let that one go racing. So we're going to roll Junior Rotax round again. I can't remember whether that was the side Latimer should have been on and whether he was just trying to get back into position, but certainly out of the tram lines before the green flag dropped. So that's why the green was held up in the air, and we will have to have another bite at the Junior Rotax Cherry. They're already halfway round the lap though, making their way towards the Dell and Diggers at the bottom end of the track. Into that tight right-hander at the end, which leads you onto the back straight here. Onto the hanger straight here at Llandow. Now Naylor just slowing the pack down. They're a lot slower than what they were on the previous lap. And this time Nicholas Ellis there just drops out. They're around the final corner. The power is down. And it looks like we could have this one going. The timer starts at the top, so we'll just see what happens. But at the moment, we are away and racing, and Ollie Naylor currently leading the way then as they head down towards Surtees. They're 2 and 3 wide in the middle of the pack. They're going to have to sort themselves out. Jacob Dukes is one of them in there. He's up into 4th place with that blue helmet. And so single file. Nicholas Ellis tries to get alongside Max Shields. Ollie Naylor has moved by a few cart lengths away at the front of this one. He had great pace in heat number 2 to close right in on the leading pack. As they further down, they're very slow coming through as they're 2 and 3 wide down the back straight. Powell moves out and considers a move down the inside with Latimer. Jaden Hewitt gets 2 down the inside as they come over the start-finish line for the first time. Ollie Naylor leading the way then from Harry Hurst-Grover and Jacob Dukes up into 3rd place. Curtis Latimer in 4th in front of Tristan Powell, with Hewitt, Filipiak, Adrian, Holden and Shields completing the top 10. But now Jacob Dukes comes through on Harry Hurst-Grover and moves through into 2nd place. Rest of the field streaming through. There is a gap there back then to the number 8 as Melissa Adrian comes under pressure from Tom Holden. And Holden moves through then into 8th place. Make their way through onto the hanger straight. The gap on the previous lap between Ollie Naylor and Harry Hurstgrover was 0.8 of a second. There's Tom Holden down the inside of Sam Stoner. Stoner's going to try and get the cut back and does. And superb drive from Sam Stoner out of that corner. Just got the power down. It was almost like a scare electric. It was that instant. Just put the power down and just managed to disappear and hold off the advancers. Now, though, out at the front, the gap's starting to come down as Harry Hurstgrover is going to have to hand over 3rd place to Curtis Latimer, and then down the inside comes Jaden Hewitt. Almost got past Harry Hurstgrover and Latimer in the same corner, did Jaden Hewitt. There he is now, trying to make his way through the back chicane. So chop and change. That's Harry Hurstgrover on the inside, Jaden Hewitt on the outside. Hewitt's going to try and get the run and have track position, trying to sweep round the outside. Has to be brave and try and hold on. Then Hurstgrover cuts to the inside. Hewitt with the cut back as they bounce over the curbs, and Harry Hurstgrover is forced to relent as he takes a huge chunk of curb. And Jaden Hewitt is up into 4th place. Has a couple of kart lengths to try and close up, though, on Curtis Latimer now. We are 2.5 minutes in, so that's at least a quarter of the race out of the way as Tristan Powell and Tom Holden go side by side. Looks like they've both managed to get through Bartek Filipiak as there's a change for the lead then with Jacob Dukes down the inside of Ollie Naylor, and Ollie Naylor comes back across Jacob Dukes and Naylor retakes the lead. Contact warning up on screen for Curtis Latimer. In the 56, he's currently running in 3rd place. No, that must have been from early on in the race because he's been on his own for most of it, trying to close in on this gap for the leaders as they were battling it out in the previous lap, but then they've got a gap back to Jaden Hewitt. So Curtis Latimer has been on his own for much of this race, so that must have been early on, and that penalty just coming through on the update. Down the back straight this time, Jacob Dukes will come to the inside once again on Ollie Naylor, and this time goes a lot slower around the corner and manages to prevent the cutback on Ollie Naylor, and Naylor has to relent and drop back down into 2nd place. Latimer, though, now is right on the back of this one. Behind them, the fastest driver on track, Jaden Hewitt, at the moment sets the fastest lap, currently running in 4th place, trying to close in. He was a 10th quicker than those in front of him. It's still 1.4 seconds off the back, though, so he's going to need to find another couple of tenths per lap to close this one in, or hope that those in front of them start to battle. Dukes, though, has got through past Naylor and has started to move away with a couple of kart lengths. Down this back straight they go. Naylor will still be close enough to feel the effects of some sort of slipstream, but now Curtis Latimer is right on the back as they make their way down the hanger straight. Half race distance, just having a quick look at the live chat comments. Michael Burke says welcome back. Hopefully the connection issues that we had this morning have been rectified and we're getting better pictures here for you this afternoon as we cover Heat 3 and the final. My good friend Tom Butterworth has also been on asking why we've had no cake chat. Well, it's because it's normally led by yourself, Tom, as you rightly say. I'm going to tuck into between the heats, though, a delightful tuna and cucumber sandwich. So we can have sandwich chat for you if you want. And I'm being told it's a baguette apparently, but it's still filling between bread. So Latimer with a personal best. Just having a quick look at Sam Stoner, currently showing down as 4 laps down on the back of James Waring. We'll try and keep an eye out for him because I've not seen him come into the pits, but we saw in Heat 2 at least where his transponder, at least for 1 lap, didn't pick up, and then it showed him in the lead for a long period of time before timing rectified itself. So Sam Stoner in the 38, we'll keep an eye out for him. So heading down the back straight towards the Raymond's hairpin here at Llandow. You might even be able to see the commentary box in a few moments as it pans round to the left as we follow our runners. So I'll try and keep an eye out for Sam Stoner. He's got a black helmet. I don't know if he's out there or not. We'll keep an eye and see if he's with us or if he has unfortunately retired. And he's still out there on track. He's going to cross the line in a few moments' time as Melissa Adria picks up a warning. So Sam Stoner is running down towards the end of the field. So I don't know whether he's been in and gone back out or whether his transponder just isn't picking up, but he is down there, still out on track and running. Contact warning again for Curtis Latimer. He's on the back of Ollie Naylor. Now, Jaden Hewitt has reeled in a gap of over 1.5 seconds. And to be fair to Hewitt and his pace, it's not like Naylor's backing Latimer up, because Jacob Jukes got through 4 laps ago and he's only pulled out 1 second. So it's not even like he's backing up everybody else. So Naylor in 2nd place, then Latimer in 3rd, coming under pressure from Jaden Hewitt. With 3 minutes remaining here then at Llandow. Latimer has been close enough to Naylor on the last couple of laps to give Naylor something to think about down the back straight. Where they're about to come onto now, out of Diggers, the right-hander, into the slipstream they go. Is Latimer close enough this time to pop out and make a move on Ollie Naylor? He isn't, but just look how close 2nd, 3rd and 4th are as they come over the start-finish line here at Llandow with 2.5 minutes remaining. On that previous lap, the race leader, another 1/4 second quicker than anybody else, just pulled out and moved down the inside there, and there's contact between them. Latimer down the inside of Ollie Naylor, bounces over the curb, side pod to the side of Naylor, and he's through for 2nd place. Look, oh no, it's not, that's Jaden Hewitt actually through. He'd already got past Curtis Latimer, so Jaden Hewitt's taken 2 places. Hewitt then up into 2nd place. Latimer is in 4th, right on the back. They're both karts are the same colour. And at the start of the lap, it was Jaden Hewitt in 4th place. He's going to come through now in 2nd place with Naylor in 3rd, Latimer in 4th. Hewitt carrying some good pace then. As there's a warning over start finish. We can't pick that one up because it's on the other side of us, and the camera down there just doesn't pick up what number it is. But Jaden Hewitt has started to move away ever so slightly from Ollie Naylor. Closed up at around about 1/4 second a lap to the back, so expecting him to pull away as long as he doesn't cook the tyres too much in this South Wales heat. Down the back straight they go then. There's a late move then by Latimer down the inside of Ollie Naylor. Naylor partly closes the door but gives Latimer half a kart width down the inside. Latimer elects to go up and over the curbs so that there's no contact between the two of them, and that's given Ollie Naylor a bit more kart space between the two of them. The top 4 now is fairly spread out. See whether Latimer can actually close in on the back of Ollie Naylor once again. Behind them, Tom Holden and Nicholas Ellis. Ellis, who's come through from the back of the pack in 13th, having started down towards. Looks like we've managed to sort out Tom Holden's transponder issue potentially, now being shown as only 1 lap down rather than 6 earlier on. Onto the back straight. Looks like Latimer is closer once again to the back of Ollie Naylor for 3rd place. Through they come with 10 seconds remaining. So this will be the penultimate lap. Next time they come through will be the last lap board here at Llandow. Timing elapses, and there's a move down the inside there by Nicholas Ellis on Tom Holden. Ellis through, run on the back of Holden for a couple of laps. Looks like he got the move done now into the left at Surtees, and then was quite comfortable then by the time they came further round the track. Down the back straight they come then for the penultimate time, and this time Curtis Latimer goes half on the attack, but not enough that he thought he'd stick the nose down the inside. Hurst Grover in the background there is now holding off Tristan Powell and Max Shields, as he has done for most of this race, in 7th place. Last lap board is out for your leader, Jacob Jukes, who was already making his way round the right-hander at McWerthers. And then we'll head towards the furthest point away from the start line and commentary box there, up at Chandler's. Round that right-hander he goes and heads towards the Dell for the final time. The right-hander at Diggers negotiated successfully, and down the back straight it's going to be 3 from 3 for Jacob Jukes. All he's got to do is bring the 34 round the final corner here at Llandow, and not only will it be 3 wins, it's going to be the pole position for the final as well. Hewitt's going to get second in front of Naylor and Latimer. with Nicholas Ellis, Tom Holden 5th and 6th respectively. Harry Hurst-Grover will get 7th. Max Shields gets past Tristan Powell on the final lap for 8th and 9th respectively, with Bartek Filipiak, Melissa Adrian. It's going to be James Waring and Sam Stoner, I believe, to complete your runners here in Junior Rotax.